Flew to Cancun, on the boat, then docked at Tulum just love. Listening to music at the Mayan ruins. True devotion on the bluest ocean. Cruising. My cultural influence, even revolution. I'm integrated vertically, y'all blew it. They tell me hustle, dumb it down, you might confuse you. This ain't that weirdo rap you used to. I'm an urban legend. South Central in a certain section. Can't express how I curb the tactics. Guesses, evidence of a divine presence. Blessings, held me down at times I seen records. Gotta L, but gotta eat the effort. Dropped them off in the Mojave Desert, then left it. Ain't no answer to these trick questions. Wasn't making it, straighten out my jewelry on my dresser. Well known, flick up in these clothes now. From Rico's till T-shirts, whatever. Playing chess, not checkers. For you clever. See, bro, you ain't living by the street code. Been through all these motions up and down like a seesaw. I can never view you as my equal. Wanna hear your CD phone? Take it there. This time around, I'ma make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appear. I say it's worth it, I won't say it's fair.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. The wings, Sharp and Avdia. Ayton is out there with Jabari Walker. And it's the monster in at the 1. And for the Timberwolves, we've got Joe Ingles, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Conley. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Randall in at the 4. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
Now, here's Ingles. Gobert with a screen on Walker. Randall with the bucket.
And helping the team space the floor there. Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside.
Here's the monster, over by Conley. That's tipped. An even 3-on-3 break. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. From outside, off the mark. Over in the corner, Avdia. Pass to the monster. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Conley. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Here's the monster, over by Conley. To the left side wing. Here's the monster. 8 in a screen on Conley. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. That one falls.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Driving the lane. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Yeah, Conley is not an easy cover. He can be quick on his feet when he sees a lane to the basket.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow. Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Now, here's Sharp. Following the miss by DeAndre Ayton. Avdia against Conley. Conley sets a screen for Randall. Good on the triple. Randall's got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That free throw, no good. You know, Stan, the Blazers started the rebuild process with the big Dame Lillard trade to Milwaukee.
Kevin, it takes guts for a GM to make a move like that, and it didn't go well early on. But they've got to trust the process and stick with the plan that they made.
How about this run, Craig, they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length. Just hammering with that.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Mike Conley. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 11 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I loved having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
The Monster connects from three-point range. The Monster's got 7.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Conley kicks to DiVincenzo. Conley scanning the floor. Pass to Randall. Back to Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got his 3rd assist on the night. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's the Monster. He has 7 to the right side. Ayton finds Walker. Portland moving the ball around. Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. Fires the 3. Ingles with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Mr. Gobert. Back to Conley. Now Ingles for the 3. The rebound by Sharp. Here's the monster, covered by Conley.
Dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Avdija with it. He brings it up for Portland. It's a three-point game. Here's Ayton. Gobert with the block.
Well, just outstanding positioning and timing by Gobert. He tries to block as many shots as he can.
Count the bucket. He's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And another thing coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
Però lo vedi per dove lo vedi? Cioè, lo avvicino.
Ah, è un avviso per gli altri.
Quando la infatti era senza. Ora facciamo il video. Perché fa non peggio. All'inizio quando erano usciti non faceva.
Yo, what's up?
I'm good, you?
Man, I smoked all my weed.
I can come tomorrow.
I drink all my beers. I think I will, like, it's 8 o'clock. Maybe I will fucking go somewhere.
I will come tomorrow.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, we can do some, yeah. Can smoke some tomorrow. Nah, I just wanted to see how are you doing. Nah. Okay, don't talk about it.
See you tomorrow.
Romas was calling to me.
What?
Yeah. He is coming back soon.
He's coming back.
He's coming to visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to visit, and he will find work in some other place. He wants me to go there as well.
In Den Haag?
Nah, somewhere else, I don't know where. Yeah, some shit. But we'll see later. Okay, we talk later, okay? We talk tomorrow or later, okay? See you later. Yeah, man. See you. Yeah.
So, Stan, most teams right now still trying to capture that rhythm, that right rhythm. to coaches, I'm sure it's obvious who has done that and who is still struggling to get that rhythm.
Absolutely, Kevin. On a team-wide basis and on an individual player basis, you can figure out who really understands what's supposed to be happening on the floor. You can see when a team is flowing and everything is working together. But then the hard part is to be consistent with that night after night.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Stan, after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization, Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual honors, but the success he brought to the team. While they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
Here's the monster, Rudy Gobert, picking up that last basket. It's good from long range.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Conley, the pass to Randall. Out to Conley. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Conley's got 11 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Randall with the ball. Out guarded by the monster. Timberwolves leading by 6. Randall passes to Conley. Out Randall. 8 points for him. No good on the 3. Abdi on the wing. And it's Ayton missing.
All right, I'm just going to say it. He's 0 for the game. Might be time to stop shooting the ball.
Gobert against Ayton. With the floater and the rejection by Ayton. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. The monster, no good.
Minnesota's got it.
Just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's the monster. Buries it from three-point range. 18 points for him.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Randall. His last outing, he had 24 points. Here's the monster. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Minnesota making some changes. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Dante DiVincenzo. Portland also making some changes. Williams, he's checked in 3. Jeremy Grant comes in for Avdiya. And it's Simons in for Shaedon Sharpe. Now, here's Simons. Following the miss by Michael Conley.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Puts it up from 17. That misses off the backboard. Trailblazers trail by 5. Pass to the monster. Out to the wing. Williams, a screen on Conley. The monster. Williams passes to the monster. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The monster's got 21 in the game.
Good look there from Williams.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
Yeah, last year they had major trouble with these guys. I'm not sure how it happened, but they didn't win a single game against them.
Here we go, one-on-one. Shoots the 3. A rebound on the Timberwolves. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided.
Shit. This is bad. Dang.
Yes.
For how long you want to keep them all doors open? Let it be.
Let it be. I will
Fuck it. Yeah. I will close the living room doors. It's fine. Yeah, but the wind is like flowing all the time. Crazy.
Okay.
Fuck it. It's all good. Okay.
Did they need a moment to talk things over? Joe Ingles. Timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Here's the monster. Lets it go with the three. Gillingham with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 4. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Hey guys, arguably the most exciting move on draft night was the Wolves trading up to acquire Rob Dillingham with the number 8 pick. Dillingham is known as the top shot creator in this rookie class, but defense has been something to keep an eye on. So where better to go than an elite defensive team that needed just another player to take them over the top offensively? The Wolves look at Rob Dillingham as a potential... Point guard of the future to replace Mike Conley Jr., guys.
Yes, a big test. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. They've got Dillingham. McDaniels is out there with Reed. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Here's Dillingham after the made shot from the monster. Pass to Ingles from deep. Knocks down the 3-ball. Ingles has got 5 points so far.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest on the arc.
Here's the monster. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
And after that great first quarter from 3-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Portland moving the ball around. From past the arc, hits the 3-point bomb. The Monsters got 26.
Yeah, look, that's a good find by the veteran. Grant keeping everyone involved.
Dillingham, no good. Portland's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Ayton a screen, fires the 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight, not wasting any chances, really using his head.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Portland's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times in fact. 7 of 17.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Ingles against Avdia. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
The monster passes to Ayton. Fires from deep. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Dillingham. Nailed from three-point land. Dillingham's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Here's the monster. He has 29. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Ingles kicks to Reed. Here's Dillingham. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
With the drive, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. Offline with his 3.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Stolen by McDaniels. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now Avdia defending.
A developing part of McDaniels' game that could elevate him to the next level.
Here's the monster. He's got 31. Hits it from three-point range.
And wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
They set the pick. Here's Alexander Walker. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
It's always good to see Ayton going up strong, using his physical gifts.
Minnesota with the ball. Portland making their lunch. Pass to Dillingham. Down low. And stolen by Ayton. And stolen by Dillingham. To the middle. And blocked. And so Minnesota takes the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made
at home, and they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.
Well, I knew we weren't going undefeated for the rest of the season.
kāds viens pats spēlēju, es viens pats ietīgi izspēlēju kāds 10 raundus. Man kā 30. Es nezinu, pagaidz aizies kurs, nolūkšu.
you ready?
Are you ready? Ready, set, go.
Cik tāli cilvēki ieprogrammēti? Čau, draugi. Redziet, cik tāli cilvēki ieprogrammēti ar to internetu, ar to TikTok, ar to Facebook, ar Instagram, ar visu to, vai ne? Kā visu, ko viņi redz, kāpēc viņi neko nedara, valdība vainīga, vai ne? No rīta tu nepiecēlies, neatgāju uz darbu, valdība vainīga, vai ne? Ka valdība to mēs varam redzēt pēc to vakardienas notikumu, pēc to laupīsim, kur pupiņu no laupīsim, ne? Paskatāt video, apakšā komentāru, redz, cik tālu valdība noved uz tautu. Un viņiem prāts nestrādā, kā arī pārtikušajās valstīs ir pilni cietumi ar ieslodzītajiem, kuri zog, laupa, lieto narkotikas un visu to, ka tas nav naudas princips, viņiem var maksāt nezinu cik tūkstoši pa mēnesi, viņi tāpat tas nestrādās, jo tie, kas uz tā ceļa iet, viņi nestrādās, un to valdībā nevar labot, bet viņi tā ieprogrammēt, ka viņi neko citu neredz, valdība, jo viņiem nav savā prāta, viņus viegli ieprogrammēt. Tur tā problēma. Čau, draugi. Redziet, cik tāli cilvēki ieprogrammēti ar to internetu, ar to TikTok, ar to Facebook, ar Instagram, ar visu to, vai ne? Kā visu, ko viņi redz, kaut ko, kāpēc viņi neko nedara, valdība vainīga, vai ne? Kaut ko no rīta tu nepiecēlies, neatgāju uz darbu, valdība vainīga, vai ne? Ka valdība viņi tur, to mēs varam redzēt pēc to vakardienas notikumu, pēc to laupīšanu, kur tos pupiņus nolaupīja, vai ne? Paskatāt video, apakšā komentāru, redz, cik tālu valdība noved uz tautu. Un viņiem prāts nestrādā, kā arī pārtikušajās valstīs ir pilni cietumi ar
Jo vecais par to huiņu, ka vakar Rīgā vai aizvakar, kad tas bija, ka viņi tur visus tur aplaupīja, tos pulksteņus vai vienalga, ko mentiem tā huiņa pat neinteresēja no paša sākuma. Viņi tur visi bija noslēpušies, un gaidīja, kad no viņi aizpis projām, ka nē. Jo vecais par to huiņu, ka vakar Rīgā vai aizvakar, kad tas bija, ka viņi tur visus tur aplaupīja, tos pulksteņus vai vienalga, ko mentiem tā huiņa pat neinteresēja no paša sākuma.
Viņi tur viss bija tikai noslēpušies, nahuj, un gaidīja, kad no viņi aizpis projām, kad es jūtu, nē.
Hey, it's just one loss.
Get the popcorn ready. It's game time.
Time to turn the page, MP.
To a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting players. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff. Come out for this ball game, Blazer fans, because the first 15,000 will get your own Portland Trail Blazers calendar. At guard, at 6'6", number 59, number 59.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Night NBA action here on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You look at the Grizzlies, they're in a solid spot right now, 5th place. And of course, Portland, only 2 spots back.
You know, for Memphis, what's impressive is they've reached much of their potential this year. The big question, though, people are asking is, do they have what it takes to become a front runner?
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
And here's Memphis's starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jackson out there with Santi Aldama. And it's Jackson in at the center position. And for Portland, Sharp and Avdia are on the wings. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Walker. And it's the monster in at the point. Very early in the season, but a lot of excitement still in the air, Grant.
No question, B.A. I mean, the fan base will usually carry it until their team is mathematically eliminated. Fans in this league are so passionate about their teams, and that's one of the things that makes the NBA so great.
The 3-ball. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end, really looking for some improvement here. Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Jackson on the wing, defended by Avdia. Aldama, no good. Pass to the monster. From the arc. He drops it from range. The Monsters got 5 points.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Morant. Oh, and he nails it from the high post.
Yeah, the quickness of Morant makes him tough to cover. He's able to pull up on a moment's notice.
Ayton passes to the Monster. Ayton with a screen. Here's the Monster. 5 points in the game. Outside Walker. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go that time. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And it's Morant missing.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4.
Here's the Monster. Shakes him. And he banks in the layup. The Monster's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Now here's Morant. An effective score for them, scoring around 21.5 points a game. Jackson with a screen on Sharp. Bane finds Jackson. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility. But I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it. As long as it helps his team get the win.
No good on the second free throw. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Now here's Bane. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Jackson outside. Jackson can't get it to go. Portland leading by 5. To the inside. Out of bounds. It'll be Grizzlies ball. All right, a chance to check out stats for Ja Morant.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the 3-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside Bane. Here's Aldama. And again, it's Memphis missing.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's the Monster. Coming off 41 points last game out. Offensive board. Ayton. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
And we've got a timeout from Taylor Jenkins. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Grizzlies trail by 7. Outside Bane. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. And then Morant with the dunk.
And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Walker, a screen on Morant. Here's the Monster, hounded by Morant. Ayton, a screen on Jackson. Avdia can't get it to go.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Aldama, still without a bucket. Jackson on the wing. Aldama outside, 5 on the clock. Morant with nobody on him. He buries that jumper.
That basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's the Monster, hounded by Morant. The Monster misses. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 3-point game. They defeated Washington in their last game.
And in that one, the bench came to play. Gave the team a bunch of points and energy to put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chauncey Billups. He said Ja Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of play.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Pass to Aldama, to the paint. Ayton against Jackson. Shoots over Ayton. Jackson can't get it to go. Trailblazers lead by 5. Here's the monster. 12 points for him. Takes a 3. Aldama grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Moran against Walker. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And there's the IQ from Moran, knowing where his man's going to be.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And now let's see the most efficient scoring teams around the league this season. The Trailblazers in second.
The basketball IQ this team possesses is special. They don't rush anything on the offensive end. They take their time and stay patient trying to find the best shot possible.
Here's the monster. Ayton, a screen on Morant. Here's the monster. Gets the 3 ball to go. The Monsters got 15 points.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Jackson outside. Jackson surveying the D. Pass to Bane. The 3 is up. And it's Portland with a rebound.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Sharp finds Avdia. Ayton, a screen on Morant. Fires from deep. Second chance shot. They shoot again. And the layup is good. Ayton's got his second basket on the night.
There's a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Pass to Morant. Here's Jackson. Aldama outside. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. He's got 5.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Here's the monster. And Morant clears the board. Grizzlies trail by 5. Driving in. Walker pulls down the board.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Morant, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
The monster knocks down the triple. The Monsters got 20.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
With the crossover, Morant misses the layup.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Yes, it's good.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
Grizzlies trail by 12. Aldama outside. To stop the run. That shot is off. Walker with some nice D.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass. They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Trailblazers. Robert Williams comes in for Ayton, and it's Jeremy Grant in for Walker. And a new group getting ready for Memphis. Clark is checked in for Jackson. LaRavia comes in for Aldama. Williams is checked in for Jackson, and it's Marcus Smart in for Morant. Trailblazers lead by 14. Here's the monster. He's got 22. Pass to Sharp. Now here's Avdia. Here's the monster. Beyond the arc. And it's Bane with the rebound. It's Smart on the wing. Sinks it from distance.
Oh, the range of Marcus Smart. Able to strike from beyond the arc.
Here's the monster. Uses the glass to finish the layup. The monster's got 24.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, BA, to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there are a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely.
Here's Avdia after the basket by Memphis on the other end. Williams a screen on Smart. Here's the monster, defended by Smart. Williams passes to the monster. Tries again, and it's laid up and in by Williams.
D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
And here's Smart. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Trailing by 13. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's LaRavia. Portland grabs the miss. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
They just weren't careful with the rock. The passing was loose. The ball handling was lackluster. That's not how you win in this league.
Well, their defense wasn't exactly solid in that game. So if they could make up for mistakes by causing some turnovers, it might have helped. They didn't even get those.
Down low. Memphis the rebound. It's Smart on the wing. Pass to Bane. Takes the three. Williams grabs the board. Trailblazers lead by 11. Outside Sharp. The monster. Pass to Sharp. Here's the monster. Portland no good that time either. Here's LaRavia. Just 3 on the clock. And he takes it up and lays it in. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
You make the most of second chance opportunities, and you're in there and active, so that can really put a lot of pressure on the defense.
So on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Morant and Smart make up the backcourt. Then there's Vince Williams. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Wells in at the 4. Now here's Clark. No made baskets yet. And it's Smart missing. Pass to Sharp. Here's the monster. Ayton, a screen on Morant. Here's the monster. Now here's Ayton. Clark covers. Ayton passes to the monster. Just 4 to shoot. He buries it from 3. The monster's got 29.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Back to Sharp. Here's the monster, pounded by Morant. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now, today, are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, can have the ball in their hands and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Ja Morant is excited to be back on the court. He's looking to lead this Grizzlies team back to the postseason. He said of the adversity, quote, "It made me better. I'm just grateful and thankful for the position I'm in." Brian, it's great to have him back in action.
Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, Allie. Thanks. Parries it from three.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
From behind the arc. And it's Portland with a rebound. Walker's got 5 rebounds in the game. Grant, the pass to the monster. Ayton, the screen on Morant. Here's the monster. And so the ball out of bounds. Ayton touched it last. And now a look at the toughest defenses around the league. Memphis, number 1.
They've been able to consistently slow.
You feel it? Maybe you have some papers, little papers, little Rizla. No?
Memphis going with an almost entire new group here.